We don't really want to call ourselves a telco or an ISP. We would like to say that we're a service provider. So we deliver a service to our customers. But having said that, we actually are a licensed telecom provider. So we have the franchise and the license for a nationwide service. And what we do is we leverage our infrastructure, pure fiber. When we say pure fiber, if ever you buy our service, all the way to your house, inside, it's still fiber. And then there's a short line there now. We want to keep things simple, fast, and reliable. So in everything we do, that's our mantra. Simple, fast, and reliable. We're not actually a JV, although in Metro Manila, NCR, we are now. We have been operating for 24 years. The company started in Pampanga 24 years ago, providing cable TV. We are actually facilities-based. That means that we own the facilities that we use to provide service. In fact, we even construct our own fiber network. Most of it is underground. Our direction is actually to make everything underground. Except that, as you probably know, we do have to contend with certain issues in terms of construction. So for now, we still have aerial facilities, but most of our backbone, for example, is all underground. And I can also talk later about a subsidiary we own that actually does the construction. We're also peered extensively. Obviously, you would expect to be peered with the global carriers, but I think something unique with us also is we're peered with all of the local providers. And even though it's not free, for example, we peer with the largest telco in the Philippines. We pay them, but it doesn't matter. It's all about service. We are, by the way, ISO certified, quality management, and information security management. We have more than 2,000 corporate customers and now over 100,000 consumer customers. And 1,300 employees. This year, we'll be breaking 3 billion in revenue. So what have we accomplished? In Central Luzon, we are the dominant cable TV provider. And today, we have actually built the 3rd largest internet backbone in the Philippines after PLDT and Globe. And one thing that I'm very proud of is we have dramatically improved the internet experience, at least of our customers. And we have actually helped in nation building during the last elections. We're also doing part of the free Wi-Fi of the government. And then our fiber platform actually is used for smart city initiatives. So we've done a few projects here like MMDA, Manila, Baguio, Quezon City, and obviously Clark, which is our hometown. So this is a brief history. As I said, we started 25 years, 1992, Angeles City Cable TV Network. Major milestone was 2008 when we got a franchise and the license to build a fiber network. That's when Converge was actually born. 2014, the company formed a subsidiary called MetroWorks. Now what's MetroWorks? MetroWorks is the company that does our construction. So we build our own network. Many times people ask us, you probably only use the fiber of PLDT and Globe. I said, no. We don't do that. Not only do we own, we also build. Walang reverb. So this is our Metro Manila network. So we've actually completed the backbone. We've created 8 rings, and it's from down south, Muntinlupa, Las Piñas, up to Valenzuela. So this is our fiber optic backbone. And now approaching 4,000 kilometers. This is our Metro Manila access network. As you can see, there's still some work to do. There's actually areas where we are now in the construction mode. So you can see, for example, like Makati, Parañaque, and Muntinlupa. We're still building. But there are a lot of areas where we have very dense coverage. The strategy of the company is actually to have 100% coverage where we build out. Meaning, if we say we're available in San Juan, everybody will be serviceable. So that's our current strategy. And then we're also building a backbone going to the north and to the south. So to the north, we're almost in Baguio, and to the south, we're already in Malayan. So that's Calabar zone. So that implies really that for now we operate in Luzon, North Central Luzon, NCR, and Calabar zone. This is our international network. So as I said, we built now the third largest internet backbone. So we have currently points of presence in the US and in Hong Kong, and we try to make it as redundant as possible. But wait, there's more. By the end of this month, we're adding a third POP in Singapore. And as you can see, not only are they redundant in terms of multiple cables, but we've redesigned it so that we will have the shortest hops. So to us, low latency is very important. Singapore is also strategic because that's where you have a lot of content and gaming providers. In terms of peering, meaning connections with global ISPs, so these are our current partners. So you have North American, European, and Asian providers. And also in the Philippines, we're extensively peered, as I mentioned, Low, PLDT, the gaming exchange, and of course PH Open IX, which we support very much because that allows everybody to interconnect. Another important thing is we have a content delivery network, and we partner with the largest content providers. So today in our network we have Google, obviously, Google and YouTube, one of the more popular content providers, Facebook, and Netflix. So for example, Netflix is now served locally. And then we're launching, after we finish our Singapore POP, Direct Cloud Connect. Because businesses want to be able to connect directly to the likes of Amazon or Microsoft Azure. So this is the result of the hard work we're doing, and we're not stopping here. So for example, Netflix reports monthly the scorecard for the Philippines. And I think it's now 6 months straight, that we have come out as the #1 in terms of performance. 6 months that Converge has been on top of that list. This is a Netflix report. It's not us. Oh. Okay. A common complaint also with service providers is after sales, customer service. While we're not perfect yet, so we've managed to dramatically improve. For example, one measurement is what we call answer level. So when you call the help desk, how many calls are answered within a certain service level. And today, we're doing almost 87%. But one thing also that we're doing now is if it's a drop call, meaning when you call and we don't answer you, we ensure that you will be called back within 4 hours. Trouble index is something we measure. It's the number of circuits or customers who encounter a problem. So it's 1%, meaning 1 out of 100. In terms of the speed, so we have speed test servers that are installed in our network, so we extract the data. So I'm sure you're familiar with the internet statistics of the Philippines, right? I think India is now even better than the Philippines on the average. So I'm very proud that when you look at Converge, on the average, our download is 37 megabits and our upload is 35 megabits. This is the average for Converge customers. And this is coming from the speed test servers. So I said I'll talk a little bit about MetroWorks. So MetroWorks is a 100% owned subsidiary and it does construction. But it's a very innovative company because, for example, we use these machines. We were the first in the Philippines and we're the largest user. It does micro trenching. So it's a machine that takes a small trench on the road. It can do 1 to 2 kilometers depending on what kind, is it concrete or asphalt, 1 to 2 kilometers a day. And in that trench, we're able to put 1,000 fibers. we use microfibers also. There was a small note there. Actually, the competitors outsource this work. So we may be crazy, but our decision is to do it internally. That way we can control it. And over time, we've actually built up our customer base. So you have some marquee accounts here that we have signed up over time. This is from the financial services sector. Education are pretty strong. In the Philippines, one of the largest internet users is the University of the Philippines. So the University of the Philippines, we provide them a total of 7.2 gigabits of capacity. And when they bidded out the renewal, they still awarded it to us. So I guess it means that they're pretty happy with us. Of course, the sound system, Ateneo. Public sector, so we're also getting stronger in this area. So a lot of bidding going on, and our hit rate, our win rate has been pretty high. Of course, BPO cannot ignore. So we started a BPO segment group this past year, and we've started to penetrate a lot of the big BPO operators in the Philippines. And then we also provide services to media and telecom. In the same manner that we still buy services from PLDT or Globe, they also buy from us. Okay, so what's our value proposition? We're not a very big company yet. So our value proposition is we are easy to deal with. Our pricing is competitive, our service is reliable, and we move faster. And I guess that's an advantage of being small. No? But this company is now revenue-wise a few billion pesos, but it still thinks and acts like it's small. And to the right, again, is our mantra. Simple, fast, reliable. One time, I did a trade check. No? So in one development, the developer insisted that everybody should be there side by side. So there was Telco A, Telco B, and then ourselves. And I inquired. What I realized there was it's so hard to buy a broadband service. So this guy will say, I have all of these plans. Some are unlimited, some are capped. And if you pay this much money, I give you free this, free that, stuff you don't need. So instead we said, why don't we just offer what the customer basically needs? A service that's simple. So today, if you buy a service from us, there's no data cap. So you know exactly what it's going to cost you. That's fast. We measure our performance every day. Not only the speed, but the latency. And we're anal about that. And then it's reliable. So while 1% incident rate is actually pretty low already by industry standards, we want to make it even lower. And then obviously, when there's a problem, we should respond faster. And I think, so far, this value proposition has resonated with customers. For example, you can actually buy Netflix on your own. Why should you buy something that's bundled? Right? You can buy iBIZ on your own. And why should you buy a bundled streaming service where you now have a data cap? That's so dangerous. You don't know how much it will cost you in the end. So these are our offerings again, quite simple. We have 3 plans, 1,500, 2,500, and 3,500. Our 1,500 plan, we launched last year. Up to today, it's still the lowest fiber plan in the Philippines. But there's a major change here that's not very obvious. The 1,500 plan used to be 20 megabits. But when we look around, the FCC, for example, has upgraded the definition of broadband. Broadband is a service that is at least 25 megabits. So the FCC says if you're 20 megabits, please stop calling yourself broadband. So what we did is now we're upgrading all of our customers from 20 megabits to 25. And then we have the 50 and 100 megabit service. However, there are a few customers who are saying that 100 meg is not enough for them. So after a lot of testing, and I am lucky to be the guy who did all the testing. So like at home, I have well now it's a 1 gigabit service, which we're testing, but we're not launching. For a while I had that. So we're also now launching FiberXtremec. So there's a 300 megabit service and a 500 megabit service. And you can, take these numbers, check the websites of other providers, and this is the best deal around. iBIZ is a business product. Well, business products tend to be more expensive because you have service levels and a lot more users. So actually, this product is doing very well. We haven't seen a equivalent in the market. A lot of internet cafes, for example, buy this product. Small businesses. Right now, the fastest speed is 50 megabits. Well, we're looking at 100, but for now, what customers do is they buy 250 megabit service if they needed more than 50. So this is actually designed for small businesses. But what we're seeing is even large enterprises are taking it up. They're using it for their smaller locations, or locations like a warehouse where it's big but there are a few people. So this is a product that we fully intend to expand over time. Alan was actually the guy who presented. He heads this group, Converge Enterprise. So this group looks after business customers. Edith, sitting there, is actually head of consumer and SME. So Converge Enterprise goes after large companies. So that's a very quick intro to Converge ICT. And our promise is we want our customers to experience better. So with that, thank you for your attention. I hope I shared good information.